Assalamu alaikum and hello to all cricket world fans who have been watching us since quite long time. So World Cup is here and a couple of matches are being played today. First match, Australia taking on New Zealand, and the other encounter shortly, Afghanistan will take on England. So both good match clashes, and it seems that New Zealand gonna win first encounter. Let's see how it goes. But more importantly, I have a very your favorite guest with me, Ibrahim Yusuf, from long way back from South Africa to discuss the ongoing World Cups, and he will be the part of our regular shows. I welcome you, Ibrahim's show once again.
Assalamu alaikum and thank you for having me on the show.
Okay, so primarily we are focusing on the big match tomorrow, and I always invite Ibrahim in that show, that Pakistan versus India. We always do pre-match analysis and prediction time and what about. So Ibrahim, without wasting time, let's start our show. And for all the cricket viewers, we will primarily discuss all the agenda which we have discussed. So Ibrahim, start from the weather updates. A very unfortunate if rain occurs and there is like no match happen, but it seems that the rain will be in patches. So if it occurs, so what do you think that in case of shortage of overs, who team will you think that have more advantage over other? In case of full overs, I will ask that later on, but in case of the overs are reduced, then what's your thoughts on that? Which team has like bit advantage over other?
If the overs are reduced, then I'd say India have the advantage because of
Batting
it will
strength.
be more in their favor. Batting strength, they have the batters to score quickly and take advantage of the less overs available. And I think Pakistan with the top order, if they don't make a change, they stick to the two openers, Rizwan and Babar. They take a bit of time before they set themselves and then they start scoring. So that might be a disadvantage. If Pakistan are ready to change that and maybe send Fakhar Zaman up top to open the batting just to get quicker with the reduced overs, especially if they lose 10 overs or more.
Yeah, it
10,
seems
even
right.
8. If it's a 12-over game, 10-over game, then Pakistan should think of maybe changing at least one of the openers.
Yeah, I will definitely think of the same feedback which Ibrahim put, that in case of shortage or over, India's are a bit favored in that regard because they have a lot of batting strength and any individual can hit at any number. Even though Pakistan has some not shaky starter, I will say they will start a bit slow, then wrap up the innings at the pace, and we have a middle order who have certain problems, but they can hit big. But definitely I go with Ibrahim that India has certain advantage over Pakistan in case the over is reduced. Okay, Ibrahim, Shine Ashafidi, a big factor. We have seen the last World Cup. In fact, we are conducting a show in which you were the part of my show before Pakistan India last encounter. Pakistan won that quite comprehensively, but history was history today. Tomorrow is the next day and new day. So, how impactful would be Shine Shafidi? We have seen in the warm up matches, he's like gaining momentum with the passage of time, and the Yorker to Gurbaz, Afghanistan keeper, he's like injured himself with. So, how impactful it will be for Pakistan, especially against India, Shaheen Shah Fridi factor, and keeping in mind Bumrah is not playing for India. So if you comparison of both the bowlers, how would you rate Pakistan pace attack?
I think Shaheen Shah is doing good with Pakistan pace attack is very good, and Shaheen is doing good with the new ball like he has before the injury. But in the death bowling, he's struggling a little bit and not executing according to plan. Also, this will be the first time he's going to be on the field for full time in the warm-up matches. He came on, he bowled when he needed to, and then he went off the field. He wasn't really fielding. So this will be a first time where he's being tested fully, where he's on the field full time, if it's a full 20 overs. So that will be interesting to see. But with the new ball, it looks good to go up front. He seems like as normal he'll operate. It'll be interesting to see what he does at the end of the death bowling because he struggled in the warm-up match in death bowling.
Okay, Ibrahim, we are all well aware that India-Pakistan is always a nerve game. We said it's a pressure, high pressure voltage game. Then whenever team who sustain the pressure, it comes after the victorious. So in the past, you can encounters, we have seen that it's a bit of even Steven. Like 10 decades ago, we said India has dominated Pakistan a lot, and the couple of decades ago, Pakistan dominated India a lot. But now we are seeing the last 5 encounters, I think 3 to India, 2 to Pakistan, and recently Asia Cup 2-1 Pakistan. Then we won 5 years back Champions Trophy, then another World Cup encounter last year. So I think Indian players now thinking Pakistan as a competitive, you may say that opponent rather than there's a one-sided encounter, which I've seen in the past that India and Pakistan always people said India will win quite easily. So what you think as a neutral that now cricket is being both competitive or Pakistan do exist a quality side now with some young player in the captaincy of Babar Azam or T20 is a different ball game, Pakistan dominating in this sort of a play game. Your thoughts on that, being a neutral?
I think Pakistan in T20 teams are closer. Pakistan have played very good T20 cricket for a long time now. So in that, they're always closer. They're always Pakistan and India T20 game has been very close, the T20 matches. So Pakistan have always had a better chance at beating India in T20 compared to maybe ODI. And I think under Babar's captaincy, they've done really well and against India. So I think this time also they have a good chance. Maybe a few batsmen in the middle order. There's a few questions, but I think the top order and the bowling attack, Pakistan, should those click, Pakistan will be in a good position to win again.
Okay, Ibrahim, we have discussed that in case of a shortage of overs, we have think there's a competitive advantage to India over Pakistan being their batting strength, and they have like players who are capable of hitting hard with every individual ball. But when it comes to a full match, for instance, very rare chance, but if a full match happens, 20 over. So being a neutral, what's your thought that which team has certain advantage over other and why, and will be a Pakistan bowling versus India batting once again, but you say that Babar Rizwan have changed this mindset and Pakistan batting has also lightened up because middle order still remain a problem. We have seen the past like a few series that Pakistan middle order is not clicking out up to mark. Shan Masood is injured, I'm not sure whether he will play or not. Fakhar Zaman is not fully fit, so we are relying only on Babar and Rizwan for now, to be really honest. But will you agree with that, Pakistan bowling versus India batting?
Yeah, Pakistan bowling versus India batting. With Shan Masood and Fakhar Zaman on a 50-50, not sure whether they're going to play. That weakens Pakistan's batting. It means Babar, Rizwan, and then maybe Shadab and Nawaz, who are the reliable ones. So with that, it's going to be important for Pakistan to step up in the field, to back the bowlers if they want to really put up a fight in this match tomorrow. Because of if the fielding don't back the bowlers, we've seen in the past, Pakistan fielders don't back up the bowlers, and that is where I think India have taken the advantage. And that is why, again, tomorrow I'll give the advantage to India because Pakistan fielders also in the warm-up match haven't been too good. Bad fielding, they've cost that extra 15, 20 runs. And I think tomorrow it will be crucial. If bad fielding cost extra 15, 20 runs, I think Pakistan will struggle a little bit. But again, a lot is going to depend on Babar and Rizwan if there's no Fakhar Zaman and Shan Masood. Because Heather
Okay.
Ali at the moment, I don't think
Hmm.
dependable. He's been very inconsistent.
Okay, Ibrahim,
I
let's
think the only
talk.
other batsman probably I would back from the middle order would be Iftikhar Ahmed.
Okay, Ibrahim, I think toss would be a very important decisive factor considering the rain going on Australia, and I think toss always play a vital role. But in the few past years, we have seen Pakistan like to put bat on, but recently they have changed the mindset and they like to chase on. Recently, last World Cup, we have seen they chase 152 without a loss of wicket, and few Asia Cup, we have seen they chase 181 or 182 or to victory against India. So do you think considering Australian condition, considering rain forecast, toss will be a vital factor and whoever will win the toss will go for the ball first or it will be changed?
Uh, I think India will want to chase, but for from Pakistan's perspective, if there's rain around and reduced overs, out for Pakistan bats first because of so they can set the tempo and Babar and Rizwan can bat and set a good score for Pakistan and then back the bowling. The bowling is the strength, so I think the bowling will win this match for Pakistan. So let the bowlers defend. Um, a full match, 20 overs. I'd also prefer Pakistan to bat first. Use the 20 overs, bigger playing surface at the MCG. So and then the ball will be coming onto the bat, let Babar and Rizwan with the timing, let them put up a good score. I'm sure they'll put up a solid start for Pakistan if they can continue for most of the 20 overs, get around the 180 mark, 180, 200. I think Pakistan will be in the game, and then the bowlers will be good enough to defend the score.
So you think that 180 to 200 and India's batting in mind, Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Sky, then later on acceleration from Dinesh Karthik if he plays. So you think Pakistan has ample depth in the bowling that they can like defend the 180 or 200 or easily?
Yes,
Or it
definitely.
will be a nail biter, as we always said. Pakistan India always a nail biter. Last over match.
It'll be a nail biter, but I think Pakistan have the bowling to defend that score. Anything less, I think it's going to be tough. But also running between the wickets, making sure you get the twos and threes ones is going to be important.
But Ibrahim, one more thing, the very important factor, Pakistan haven't won any T20 in Australia yet. Might be they played very few games, but it's very like weird. I was also reading that statement last night that someone putting on the Facebook, social media that Pakistan haven't won T20 in Australia. On the contrast, India has a very good record in Australia. So do you think that thing do matter, or it's like 4 to 5 hours play, who will play good on a specific day will win the match? Or that will be the back and mind of a Babar or Rohit Sharma that Pakistan performance in Australia and contrast to Indian performance in Australia.
No, I don't think so. You look at New Zealand today. They haven't won a
Yeah,
game in Australia since 2011, and they're
yeah,
playing so well.
a
So
very
I
valid
think it's
point.
just a new day,
Okay,
new
okay.
game. Pakistan concentrate on this game to execute their plans and see what happens.
So, guys, that's about Pakistan and India. Let's back to today's matches, which are equally important. Our viewers are from New Zealand, Australia, even Afghanistan, England. So, we will take the input from our Ibrahim about the first encounter, that is New Zealand with Australia. A very attacking start from the New Zealand of this campaign, a very positive start, very positive mindset. And for now, it seems that they will win the match because last 10 overs they won 40 required and 4 wickets down. I believe New Zealand will win it with quite easily, I believe. So, Ibrahim, what's the strategy? What's the mindset of Kiwis? They're like right from the ball number one, they start accelerating and a very decent knock from their openers. So your thoughts on that? The first encounter, Australia versus New Zealand.
I think New Zealand played positive. The openers started very good. They gave them a good start. Kane Williamson was his normal self, run the ball. He made
Hmm.
sure he was feeding the strike to Devon Conway and letting the scoreboard tick. And he got out for a run about 23. Grant Phillips came in and they continued with their positive batting. And then they just continued pushing. Zampa and Hazelwood slowed them down in the middle, but they continued to get the singles, rotate the strike, put the pressure on Australia, and they ended up with 200, which I think is a very good score. Yeah, not much due. So I think, and they've started very well with 3 wickets in the power play, and now they got a 4th wicket. So I think Australia under pressure, being the host, I think they're under even more pressure. New Zealand can never count them out in tournaments like this, and they've started off very well. They haven't been playing very well, but now they've started off well. They've got their main combinations back together, and they seem to be back to their A game. It looks like they'll win this one.
Okay, Ibrahim, that was just the back of my mind that 2015 World Cup, if you remember, both teams have faced each other in a couple of times. One was the group stage match, other was the final they have appeared. Both were low scoring actually. I think when it was Australia versus New Zealand, and in Australia, they bowled out under 150 and New Zealand lost that match 7 odd runs, which I remember. And the final, Australia won that. So keeping that thing in mind, Australia grounds are a bit long in terms of length and New Zealand grounds are small. So the approach New Zealand taken today, that was intentionally, it was a positive, or that was something like that you have to go right from ball number one? Do you think other teams should also opt for that, keeping, as we said, T20 is all about entertainment and you should hit some big sixes? So was it the right approach from the ball number one, or T20 is also about strategy? You should make some like power play 650 or 60 or then accelerate, because today intent was very positive. They are like coming with the Aussies, and Aussies are very tough to attack in lights of Mitchell Stark, Richardson, etc. So, do you agree with New Zealand approach, and other teams can also go with the same, like for instance, Pakistan versus India? Pakistan go with the same like pace like New Zealand did today.
New Zealand didn't look to attack everything. They calculated, they knew when to hit the sixes and fours. They were rotating the strike. I think Australia were more looking to be aggressive and hit everything, and they've lost. I think they just lost the 5th wicket now, 5 down. And so this team, so they were
So
more aggressive, and you've seen they've lost wickets, looking to eat everything. I
this is
think New
also this is
Zealand were
also
but
impacting net run rate of Australia. You never know what the situation
yeah,
of the table is. Okay, so coming back to it's a bit like lengthy discussion. Coming back to
I
England
think
versus
New
Afghanistan.
Zealand were, but I think New Zealand were a bit more smart with the way they played and the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
they rotated the strike. They used the playing surface, and I think in Australia the grounds are a little bigger. And coming back to that point where you said in 2015, the first game was in New Zealand at low
Was in New
scorer.
Zealand. Okay, last one Australia.
Yeah, Yeah, the last on the final.
But I remember both were low scoring. I believe both were low scoring.
Both were low scoring.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Yeah, today the afternoon game, I think England will be favorites, but you can't count Afghanistan out. But again, it's in Perth. Perth is better, more seamer-friendly wickets. So I think it will favor England. Afghanistan prefer their spinners, but they do have some few good quality fast bowlers, so it'll be interesting encounter.
Yeah, same thing, Ibrahim. Coming to the point that we have heard about Afghanistan spinner, the Troy Nabi, then a couple of more Rashid Khan and a very good spinner. So this thing, I think this conditions not suit that for a spinner that you already said, just seaming wickets and fast bowler to help. So I will also go with England. Most likely they will come hard to Afghanistan, but you never know. Cricket is a funny game, but I believe first game we're all aware that New Zealand will net quite comprehensively. That will boost their confidence in the next matches because Aussies being a host are a bit under pressure, and the first World Cup is already going on. And all from you, my viewers, we will also like put some description links regarding the fantasy league we are playing, the Cricket Analyst. So we will keep joining my league and as well as Ibrahim league. We will enjoy. And till our next video, inshallah, we'll come with the other panel analysts. Take care. See you then, inshallah. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Thank you, Ibrahim, for coming. Take care.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.